We've managed to ignite the light of hope inside us. Now we go to battle with a lot of friends behind us. Hello, and welcome back for the final time to Sagas of the Sunless Reach, the Riddle of Rule, Part 7, the Revolution in Rule. I am your game master, Zachary Frederickson, joined today in this momentous occasion by my friends. And those friends are as follows. Bitmap Prager.
Hello, I am Bitmap, pronouns she, her, and I make comics and art such as the character art you see here in the upcoming Comic Mountain. Today I will be playing your mean mom, who is less mean than before, only to you.
I am joined by my friend Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Endless Musings, and I am planning to crack the sky again, but in a smaller form.
I am joined by my friend Jade.
Hello, I'm Jade. You can find me on Twitter at jade.twiddrose. I use they, them pronouns. And today, sadly, possibly for the last time, I am playing Orinatsuku, the barbarian / field medic / newly leveled into cleric. Let's see what that means.
Very exciting. And finally, last but certainly not least, I am joined by my friend Mab.
Hi, I'm Mab. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Patreon at Little Lady Mab. I use she, her pronouns, and today I'll be playing Elżbieta Verona, who is trying not to have a crisis about her identity in the middle of an upcoming battle.
Important.
Yeah, so it's gonna be, it's great. Watch her breakdown live on stream.
And as I said before, I'm Zachary Frederickson. You can find me on Twitter at OffSkinAGod. You can find the music I do at iambugbear.bandcamp.com. I think I forgot to have everybody say that, but that's fine because we'll do it at the end. So you just need to wait until then.
We will.
So we have returned to the parish of Rule, to the small town of Crossroads in the center of the parish, in the southern reaches of the night-shrouded land known as Tarandaur, eternally in the grip of the so-called heroes, the dynasty of the Errls. There's a lot that's been going on. There's a lot that is going on now, still, as people wrap strips of leather over the shafts of their pitchforks, sharpen tines, sharpen blades, oil stolen muskets, rev up stolen vehicles, and turn their gaze to that lonely big house on the hill where the vampire Aldrich Errol broods in the face of his failure. But before we get into what happens next, let's talk about what happened last time. And, if we have the time, what happened even before then.
So, you're probably wondering how the four of us got here. Well, it started with a letter from our good friend Alexei Vital, summoning us to his cabin in the woods. And you know that you're in for a rough time when someone asks you to come to a cabin in the woods. We found the place ransacked, and soon set aflame with us still inside by a right old piece of shite. But we dealt with him in due course. What you have to understand is shit's been weird in Rule for a while, and Alexei was the one investigating because he had his suspicions about the Earls and had been working, in fact, with a local militia group known as the Rams. They're our friends now too. As I said, it's a bit of a long story. I'll get up to the most recent events because what it boiled down to is the Earls, so-called heroes of Tarandaur, defeaters of, Gabriel Gold. The reason why they made no attempts to get rid of the clouds in the sky is because, well, they're fucking vampires and all. And so it behooves them to keep things that way. And Aldrich Earl in particular has been taking the best and brightest of the village and doing all kinds of experiments on them, creating soldiers, who knows, and then lying to the people of the town about their children, their family members being off in exciting places, doing good works. So it all came to a head. We decided the people had to know. So we built a machine. I say we. Apricus built a machine with help. The rest of us prepared, and we headed into Crossroads. A machine by our sides that could tear a hole in the clouds. Aldrich Earl was having his meeting in town, as he's wont to do. He has better than himself. Went in, noticed a unpleasantly familiar face alongside Aldrich. But we still had a plan. Elizabeth was going to get close, see if she could get up to the manor. And then, of course, when Kasana showed up, the Luker Bogdanov, all kinds of alchemy wizardry, immediately felt the need to throw down, as he might. Aldrich seized hold of my good friend Eliasbeta, and that was all the signal they needed outside to kick off the machine, and opened a hole in the clouds, and sun shone down on Rule for the first time in centuries. Needless to say, Mr. Earl was not impressed, and once he was confronted with the fruit of our labours, promptly disappeared in the mist and left us fighting, but not after declaring that his hound dog killed all the members of the town present at the meeting. So we put him down pretty fast, and that's where we find ourselves, in league with the Rams and a local druid, equipping the people of the town ready to go kick a vampire's teeth in and free the people he's got prisoner there. Here's hoping it goes well.
Here's hoping it goes well. Yes.
Not exactly inspiring words for revolution, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
That's Kasana's job, not Orin's.
Oh, you know, let's
yeah.
go tip them over.
Mm-hmm. So you all have been, you've been preparing. It's been about a day since Aldrich Errol fled, showing his true colors to the people of Rule, and in the depths of their despondency, you were able to ignite within them the light of hope. But hope alone does not change the world. What you need is action. And so, with cobbled together weapons built from farming implements, stolen muskets, and scavenged clockworks, you prepare to march up the hilly landscape of Eastern Rule, straight up to that bastard's house. How are you all doing?
You know? Well, I mean, it's is a question, because he invited me over to his house if I wanted to talk. So I could just go talk.
Yeah, you personally,
Tea and
for sure.
crumpets. Yeah. So I think that definitely Elzbieta goes like, well, I mean, I could just walk up there. He gave me an invitation.
I thought it was supposed to work the other way.
I don't know what I
around
would do with
sometimes.
that, but I could.
I think Soren is very adamant that is a bad idea.
Yeah,
Because
he's
if
not the only one.
If you go alone, well, then it would be you against all the army that he's got built up there. If we all
Well-
go together, we'll at least be slugging it out to the right scale.
But if I go up there and then I can get a glimpse of what he has, it's not like I have to stay up there unless I mean,
I think that's a bit risky.
sometimes risks have to be taken.
Yes, like bringing our army to his doorstep.
That's not a
And-
risk. That's
It is. People will die.
Aye. People will die.
I gotta
What?
say, all things considered, I did happen to see how he was manhandling you on your way out of the bar. I don't think that's a good fight to take twice.
yeah. You know, I guess it would have been fine if I thought it could have remained civil the entire time, but
He gave up the option for civility when he told Bogdanov to kill all those innocent people.
that's true.
Well then. to
Also,
war.
when he did all this experimentation on many of the people here,
This is sort
And-
of an original sin there, yeah.
created a culture of fear.
Certainly benefited from it. And Alexei Vital, still scrawny, still kind of pale.
He hasn't
and
buffed up in 2 days? Like,
No,
we're not
no,
going to the Alexei gun show?
Still very frail, but in better clothes now. In at least like his real outfit rather than the rags that he was stuck in that dungeon with. Kind of claps his hands. Well, all right then. It's war. We're going to do war at. You're going to do war at them. I'm old.
Surely you have a stratagem for us, Professor? Something that shows the might of Coronant? Or Dawnbringer?
Ombre, yes. Yes, I had been thinking for quite some time. And he what is it that he contributes to this? Oh, he brings out the Daybreak, the Cloudbreak device. And it has now been mounted on Aldrich Errol's clockwork carriage.
Nice.
This might help. Well, I also put some turrets on it. And you see that a couple of Sad Jack and Happy Jim are on the back of the steam wagon, each of them with a Gatling gun. The hand cranked kind, of course.
They're going, yeah.
Now, I do like the value of breaking open the sky, but hails of lead are also pretty good.
I thought you might enjoy that.
Truly, we do control the weather.
Yes, whether
mean,
it's a
storms are coming.
storm of lead or the sky opening up, it's time to rain down justice and rule. Are there any last minute conversations or moments you want to have before we get into one of the things I wrote for this adventure?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. I'm ready. I'm more ready than I've been in weeks.
I think Kassan is just extremely busy rallying people up for the fight.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
it's
think she
fine.
sleeps
Okay.
for in the between, except to mechanically get her spells back.
There.
Yeah, I think Elżbieta will like do some scouting around the area, but like, you know, that's about it. And I know
Yeah,
it's kind
I
of
mean,
just like low key
Aaron-
things.
I know.
Oh no!
that,
Do we get a frozen Jade?
Jade blipped for a
yeah,
second.
yeah. My connection's a little bit wobbly, but it looks like it's stabilizing.
Nice.
Orange just been making sure medical supplies are all together, that they have what they need, and also praying a little bit out of earshot of Kasana. I wanted to make I just don't want to make this weirder than it already is for you. Sort of vibe.
There.
You see them sort of like, as they walk around, sort of like tracing their thumb across the engravings on the shaft of their side that were not there before the fight outside the inn. So, you know, that's cool.
And for Apricus's part, besides the usual preparations of spells and such, every so often you see him like flexing his gloved hand and just sort of looking at it in anticipation.
Hell yeah!
Oh, yeah. Speaking of exciting things that we all have, did anything happen with Elżbieta's thing that she was quick to hide away
She revealed the
when
surprise.
everybody else was leveling
Yeah.
up?
I mean, you know, part of it is that I guess a lot of people inside didn't hear the conversation. A lot of people didn't hear the conversation between them, between her and Errol, so might not know the familial connection. But now her friendship bracelet has turned into a little locket that has the Errol family crest on it. So that's something that she is constantly taking out and playing with, but then also keeping away, because she's like, I actually don't know how many people have put that together, but also I'm just gonna, I don't want to be reminded about it. Yeah, so you'll see her like fidgeting with something constantly and then putting it back away, but hasn't actually put it on as a necklace.
Yeah, fair.
I don't really want to run around going, look, I've got the Errol family crest in my pocket.
Look who I'm related to.
Look who I'm related to. You might not have been able to tell by the hair color, but now it's 100% true. Also, like, the conversation as far as her being a Dampier was limited to her party and to Soren. So that's also something she's still not advertising.
Fair.
Yeah, so like maybe Soren and Oren have figured it out.
Have, like, 100% had it confirmed. Kasana was having a really big emotional moment. I don't know how much of that clicked for her. And then Apricus, I have no idea what his thought process is when Elżbieta all but said that she was a Dampier, or at least one of those children who had been affected by the Errol's experimentations. But her specific issue and then the family connection are still on the DL.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All the more reason to fight. Is essentially the essence of it in this sort of half manic state that Apricus finds himself in.
Oh boy, Apricus fired up. So yeah, with that, you all lead your force across the river, across the bridge, and you see as you go the bulk of people just streaming out from the Errol's mansion. Guardsmen by the dozen, moving and in lockstep formation. Some vampiric,
Oh God, it's
some
so
not.
big.
But an
Oh.
army stands before you and rule.
It's just one
But
big man.
thankfully, you have an army too. Yeah.
Oh look.
And for this, I will now introduce us all and direct you all to open up Zachary Frederickson's Duct Tape and Bubblegum Mass Battle Subsystem version 0.01. And I'll actually put this in the chat if anybody wants to read along.
Nice.
It's extremely, extremely rusty. I wrote this last night at 10:30 p.m. and I hope it works.
Shadowling's a bigger precus the luminary.
Yeah.
I
Cramming before
I
the
have
test.
great confidence, especially because it follows the victory point system, which we know works.
We do know it works. So basically, the way this works, and let me turn on our battle song. Each side has a number of rally points. You have 15. You don't know what they have just yet. Your job is to deplete the opposing team's rally points before losing all of yours. You have a number of activities that deplete their rally points and or protect or replenish your own. The opposing force will automatically deplete a number of rally points equal to their aggression rating each round. Aggression rating is your rally points divided by 5. So you have 15 rally points, which means you have 3 aggression, which means your base unit of damage is 3, but you'll be able to do more. Oh, Jesus.
Same. Cheers. Cheers, bro.
Can we get a little bit of text on this map that has the numbers?
What text? What do you mean?
I'm gonna just add some text with our values and such.
We've got them.
Okay.
15 and
That's the little
Yeah,
Three?
they're the bars on.
Oh,
Lemio hot man.
See, I did not see the health bars.
They're pretty small. Someone just deleted Orange. Anyway,
I was like,
there are-
Orange disappeared.
Orange
That's me
ceases
and
to
my
exist.
fault.
Hi, Orange.
Bye,
in
Orange.
this version of the system, there are 4
Oh,
major
fine.
actions, each of which has 3 major skills associated with it. They are lead the charge, rally the troops, tend the wounded, and read the battlefield. You can do them in any order except for lead the charge, which always ends each round of combat. Each round of battle lasts about 15 minutes, which means that any spell you cast to affect things needs to be on that timescale rather than an encounter timescale. Yeah. So that's the whole kind of deal. Unless I'm missing anything. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So with that established, let's get into battle.
hell yeah.
As the troops stream out from Aldrich Errol's estate and block your path, like just coming up from the hills as you approach. Who would like to get us started?
I will rally the troops.
Hell yeah.
All right. So to rally the troops, it's a DC 22 check for this level. The major skills for that are diplomacy, intimidation, and performance. The point of rally the troops is to insulate your side from rally point depletion. The better, inspired they are, the less damage they take. So, Kasana, what do we see? Are you on a horse? Are you on foot? We've got some mounted
oh my God,
people at this
Kasana
point.
on a horse would be baller.
Yeah, I guess she is trained in nature. She can ride a horse. She is able to command an animal.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So Yeah, I guess she's on a horse. She has cast a great amount of light on herself, is holding up a gift given in good faith, the guy's arm into the sky, and is shouting while moving back and forth along the line. And I think she, in her other hand, has the banner She has two banners. On one side, it is the People's Crusade, and on the other side, it is the Rams.
Hell yeah.
And she's shouting, this is the day that you take back your independence, that you uncloud the sky from those who have darkened it, that you take control of your own faith and no longer live under the oppression of a vampire. And just rushing back and forth, giving dramatic speech energy.
Hell yeah. Give us your check. That can be diplomacy. I think, what is it? Diplomacy, intimidation, or performance, depending on like the tenor of your thing.
It's definitely diplomacy, I think.
That would make sense. That is
I spend a hero point.
Spend a hero
God
point.
damn.
That's a good idea.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hell yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Because that's a
my
critical
mom.
success. The epic highs and lows of fighting a vampire war. Fantastic. So that is a critical success, which means that regardless of the result of Lead the Charge, this round, there will be no damage dealt to the forces of rule.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Incredible.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any?
I would
Yeah.
like to read the battlefield, please.
Cool. And I did say that only one person could do one thing, but looking at it now, because nobody's wounded yet, and so that you wouldn't be able to do that, I would say that read the battlefield is probably the one that you could that you can do multiple times, applying a bonus up to +4.
Nice. Now,
Read the battlefield. It gives a bonus to the charge as you figure out the kind of angles with which to move your forces.
now I can do it at stealth, but do any of my currently 6 lores help me with this?
This is a vampire army.
Nice.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like we could use vampire or
or society. Any humanoid, like sapient humanoid group is society.
I'm hiding behind 6 lores. Anyway, here comes,
we live in a society.
here comes the vampire roll. Wow.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm also
What
hero
the
pointing that.
fuck? Roll 20!
Roll 20.
Incredible.
Quantum.
And there's a 30, which is very funny because using a lore instead of a base skill decreases the DC by 2, which makes that also a critical success.
Woo.
So we just have 2 nat ones and 2 crits with a hero point. So take that, anybody who thinks the hero points don't do anything.
I apologize.
This
to
is
the audience
confirmation bias.
for my bird squawk.
So you're going to confer a +2 circumstance bonus to your allies' roll to lead the charge. Unless you're a master in the skill you rolled, which I don't believe you.
I'm not, unfortunately.
Cool. Fantastic. So what is it that your what is it that you're like getting from this?
So Apricus is seated in the stolen engine. He would have himself hung up a banner of the unshrouded sun behind it because, I mean, it's got the cloud
Absolutely.
in there, so it's only appropriate. So he's peering forward through like his goggles and a pair of binoculars at the same time, naturally, and just finding particular weaknesses in the formation, while also just getting ready for revving up that device.
Yeah, one thing that you realize is a lot of them are vampires and thus have much less of the self-preservation instinct that a mortal does. So you're like, oh, they're super easy to bait out into a pincer.
Pin them down.
Yes. Though as you're doing this, Sad Jack is spinning up his Gatling gun, and he looks at the banner of the uncrowded sun behind you, and the double-sided banner that Kasana is waving over there, and he says, "Don't you worry, we might be using too much messaging at once. Maybe like a slick and clean single graphic."
It's okay. Graphic design is their passion.
This is hardly the time to talk about marketing.
I just haven't started shooting yet. I'm just thinking about it.
He's using too many brain cells right now.
I need them shoot. Cool. Fantastic. Elżbieta or Oren, what are you girls doing?
Well, I mean, I could stealth to read the battlefield. I feel like it won't be as useful as either of those two, but you know, it's something.
Sure. I mean, somebody
yeah,
needs to lead the charge.
Oren, you or me? I mean, I'm
gonna lead the first charge for sure.
Okay, yeah, because I was just like, I could do it. I like the idea of acrobating my way through the charge, but also right now I think it's a good idea to at least set it up to read the battlefield a little bit more. Cool. Fingers crossed. Let's see how this goes. Epic highs and lows of quantum rolling. I got a standard.
That's a standard success. That increases the circumstance bonus that Oren will get to a +3.
Alrighty.
Oren, it's your turn. It's time to lead the charge.
All right.
And so Elżbieta, that's stealth. So you're just like sneaking around the battlefield, doing scouting.
Yeah, doing recon, figuring out where like particular pockets are, where leaders might be held up, where stuff might be held if we wanted to, theoretically raid the camp or whatever.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, they're probably setting up little like fortification bunkers up the hills, like to give themselves like hard cover to rain down hell upon from which. Fantastic. And then Oren.
All right. I'll roll this first and then maybe put some narrative flavor on top.
Drum roll.
I will re-roll that because that's embarrassing more than anything else.
Just an actual 4.
Yeah.
So lead the charge is used to determine how many rally points you're going to deplete and how many that you'll be insulating yourself from. So that is a 23. That is plus. Is that including the +3?
Yeah.
What?
That's
Really?
including the +3.
Because that's a 17 plus 6. Because my normal bonus is 14.
God damn.
Yeah.
Rough. Well, that's fine because you have insulated yourself against damage, but unfortunately, a 23 does not succeed against the DC 24 for lead the charge, which means that you are going to deal light RP damage, which is half your rally added, half your aggression added up, rounded up, which means you're going to deal 2 damage, which is that much. Chipping away. Yeah, it's not a very.
Jesus Christ!
First
It's so
skirmish.
There's more of them than you.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay,
worry.
I can actually see where where the bar actually starts. Maybe I'm zoomed in at 150%. It looks bigger when you do it this way. Look at how much more damage we've done when you're zoomed in at 2.
Yeah, but thankfully, because of that crit on the rally, your troops are so like just pumped to get in there, but also smart. They pull back just as soon as the enemy like advances, and you don't lose anybody to this skirmish. They don't do a lot of damage, but they're very cautious by doing so. And you have dealt 2 damage to them and have taken none. And the round begins again. 15 minutes have passed, and we have refreshed our battle action.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
unless someone else is looking to rally, Kasana is going to continue doing so.
No, Elzbieta's good, like, one-on-one, not with big crowds.
Fair.
Yeah. No, by all means, have that.
You just look so cool doing it.
You do.
It's a cool horse.
Yeah, Kasana's on the horse, like, in the middle, and the way in which, she is rallying them by, like, she's still screaming, she's, getting up in it to, keep everyone, motivated. If possible, she would have taken the new cantrip bullhorn, and swapped out of one so that her voice could be very loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
great.
so she's heard from everywhere.
Secrets of Magic is out, so that's very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone within like 1,000 feet can hear her very clearly. She's in like the center of the group, like pushing forward. She's part of the charge. She's not leading it, but she is shouting, screaming, getting everyone riled up, saying, we can all do this. We have to work together. She is leading through example to prove that it can be done. But she's not leading the charge. She's figureheading the charge.
Hell yeah. Cool. Give us that rally.
All right. I spend my last hero.
Okay. Sounds good. That's a bit better. That is a normal success, which means that you're going to take RP damage of 1 degree lighter than the one rolled for lead the charge. So, fingers crossed. Not quite as massively triumphant as the first one, but still feeling a lot of hope and passion from the people of Ruel as they stab forth with their pitchforks and sharpen stakes. Cool. Who is reading the battlefield? Are we doing the same format as last time?
I think so. Unless Elizabeth has something different to do.
No, because we don't really have to like actually tend to wounded right now, so that frees up Orin. Unless Orin wants me to lead the charge this time.
If you want to, please.
I can also tend the wounded. I have enough fire and staples for everyone.
And I have like survival and stealth to contribute to read the battlefield if need be. So what do you want to do? If you want to read the battlefield again, by all means.
Yes.
Sorry. Apricus, go first.
All right.
I'm gonna think this through.
The voluntold.
It's 27, which is a full success. Increase getting a +1 to that lead the charge. Still just keeping an eye on things, watching as they develop. These are definitely vampire spawn and not true vampires. They're nowhere near strong enough to be true vampires.
Yeah, now that we've had contact with them for the first time and we've actually engaged in arms, it's easier to fill out and build some sort of strategic plan.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right. Orin, what are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I mean, my odds are better with lead the charge, but also, like, you saw how bad I rolled that first round.
I'm a 13 on both, so...
Have at it. I got a 10. I have a 11 to stealth and a 10 to survival. So...
Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll stealth it up again. I mean... Yeah... I don't think it'll get... I think I'm gonna hold on to that just in case.
That's fair.
Okay. Which means that the charge only gets a +1.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
There you go.
So that's 26, which means you are going to, that's a success, you deal normal damage and take light damage because of that successful thing. So you're going to deal 3. Boom. Taking this down to its from 1 aggression to the next lower aggression. Oops. you've depleted a fifth of the life bar, and thus their aggression has been reduced, which is great because you're going to take light damage as you crash in. You do like another big charge, a pincer. You trample some vampires underneath wheels and feet, but then a couple of like villagers get like grabbed and pulled down. As you're going to take light damage, which means you take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Duly noted.
That is the charge. 15 minutes. Your group recuperates, regroups, and the battle continues apace.
All right. Aaron's going to fall back and tend to the wounded. Success. So we regain 3.
You would regain 3, taking back up to 15.
Nice.
There's like definitely a lot of bite wounds that you're healing. Thankfully, nobody got fully drained. You're just like you we see Orin in the middle of the charge. A vampire grabs them and bites them, and Orin just like tears that vampire's head off and drags the person back behind the front lines.
Because if you'll permit this, I like the notion that Orin, because they're so large as well, is literally like doing blood transfusions. Because they were a field medic, they know how to do this.
Sure.
And like anyone that maybe got to a bit late who was looking pale, just like, of course they're type 00 negative because they gotta be. Because, of course they're a universal donor.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Absolutely.
And nobody's going to tell with that skin color. Nobody's going to be able to tell. It's fine.
Fantastic. Cool. So Orin pulls people back. You see as people are like kind of like recuperating, like getting a bit of blood back in their cheeks. You see like little flickers of black wings. Kind of moving amongst the people around, you look like you're out of gauze for a second, and then there's some there. Fantastic. Who's next?
Sana shouts. Oh,
go ahead.
Okay. Kasana is like shouting towards the sky. The horse rears back and the light like shines around her. At some point in this, she has activated her minor life curse, and just life is kind of just flowing around. Things beneath the feet of the horse are growing. Flowers are blooming, trees are getting greener, grass is growing. And yeah, she says, "They can bite, they can bleed you, but they cannot break you." And then, yeah, very dramatic.
Very dramatic. Fantastic. All right, give us a rally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. Oh, the crit.
Love that.
Fantastic. You're protecting the people with your form as well as your words. Cool. We got now Apricus and Elżbieta.
How's that charge lady capability of yours? Because mine is an 11.
Mine would be a 13.
Okay.
Plus with the +2 you just got.
It would be.
No, that was from rally.
That's a protect. So we don't have
Gotcha.
any damage next round.
My apologies.
That effectively gives you like resistance to the damage.
Yep. I shall
Yeah, so
continue
mine's-
to read.
Yeah, I was figuring that she would take over when she notices Orin pulling back.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Now that I've seen people getting chomped on, it's time to get a better
Boom.
idea of how not to
Yeah.
have that happen.
Nice.
That's a crit. You Happy Jim stops blasting away with his Gatling gun and comes down and says, well, we've got like a bunch of leather breastplates. Maybe we can just cut them into strips for little necklaces.
Called gorgets.
Sounds like the newest fashion trend here in Rule.
Yeah, like a talk. Cool. Yeah, and so he takes out his. He was the cook. He takes out a set of butcher knives and starts just sawing away at some leather armor to make some gorgets. Yes.
The carriage just charges through the battlefield, throwing these out like necklaces at Mardi Gras.
Mhm. Perfect.
Instead of using the Gatling gun, they're throwing off the necklaces from their cars. Like, woo! Yeah!
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. It gives a plus
Fucked up
2.
Mardi Gras.
It gives us a plus 2 to lead the charge.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Oh!
Are you rolling acrobatics for this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Boom. Is that including your plus 2?
that's including the plus 2.
Cool. Okay, so that's a 30. That's another success. Very cool. Yeah. How does Elżbieta acrobatically lead the charge?
Well, one of the things that I took was just mobility is one of the new feats that I took. So I do kind of like the idea of her just like, ducking and weaving and this, everyone else just kind of like flowing in between and then kind of not quite a pincer maneuver, but then also just everyone's parkouring off. No, I'm just kidding. Just kind of like a little bit of like, I guess it would be just mostly ducking and weaving in and out and just doing like small groups as opposed to like a larger massive attack. But because acrobatics is just a lot more in and out real quick.
Sure. I'm imagining like Elżbieta you're running up to a big like warrior and like somebody cuts out their knee and they lean down and do like a cool roll over his back and then fire as you're sliding down.
Yeah.
So it's a Kingsman fight scene.
That's
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Let's play the
All-
battlefield.
You see Oren. You see Soren rather through the crush, blasting away with those dual pistols. We get some back-to-back action, and bam! That's another 3 rally point damage. This force. They're starting to look a little haggard. You're starting to thin the tide a little bit. As the round continues, the round resets. Everybody refreshes their battle action, and everything is good because you crit on rally. You took no damage.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
I have,
So I must ask, is someone else looking to rally, or are we gonna keep it with Kasana?
I mean, Kasana's doing great.
Mm-hmm. I'm also
she's decent at leading a charge, and she's pretty good at tending the wounded, though she will hurt them in doing so.
I think unless anyone else is actually trained in it, like the only one of those skills that Oren is trained in is diplomacy, and it's a +6 compared to whatever your plus is. So.
15.
I mean, yeah, I'm +13 in diplomacy, but again, Elżbieta's level of diplomacy was always very like backroom deals and talking to a person like one-on-one or within very small groups, not leading massive people. So I think she might get stage fright. Just as a flavor thing, I don't think she's very good at leading the emotional charge.
Such a mood.
All right, and a precus.
We have the cloud break device mounted to the roof of this carriage. Might be a fun idea to crack the sky again.
Ooh.
That'd be extremely rally.
Doesn't it take a hot minute? Like, would it still take the extended amount of time to get it set up and going?
Yeah, it would be charging it for a little bit, but once it is charged, then you would just make the roll.
So if we want to,
Yeah, I mean, if you
Or you could just do it narratively, and it would that would be your role, is using it.
Really like the idea of smiting them with sunlight in the middle of a battlefield like this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you could lead the charge with Arcana with that.
Hell yes.
Probably once during this battle.
Reach for the sky. My Arcana is amazing.
All
Okay,
right.
wanna-
Cool.
All right, I'll go on. I'll
No,
might as well
I
read
mean-
the battlefield. Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say we would both then, in that case, read the battlefield.
okay. Let me check what a critical fail does. Oh yeah,
that's,
then no.
that's thankfully not a critical failure. That's just a normal failure.
I'll still hero point it.
Okay.
Because that's what they're for.
That is what they're for.
That's what they're for.
I didn't mean to do it twice, so roll 20 is mad at me
Quantum.
again.
That beam of light
um,
ain't your friend.
No.
I'm
so
too
yeah, then I'll-
distracted by people wanting to help people, clearly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
get a
Then I'll
good
go
read.
ahead and stealth it back out again.
All right.
26.
Oh yeah.
26, that's a success. That confers a +1 bonus to lead the charge.
Nice.
So are
Yeah.
you still rallying the troops?
Oh, yeah.
Kassan?
Yeah,
Cool.
Kasana is just like because Apricius is going to be doing the big beam of light, her rallying this time is like literally charging forward, like shouting, whipping things around, like planting like a banner in the ground, like on the other side of the field, and just
As you like gained ground.
yeah,
Hell yeah. Cool. Give it a roll.
right.
Hell yeah!
Woo!
Yeah.
That's another crit. Whatever else happens, you're not taking damage this round.
Nice stuff. Yeah, and then Apricus just gets up on the roof of the carriage. He does sort of the Gurren Lagann, my drill is a drill that will pierce the heavens motion.
The daybreak apparatus glitters on your hand.
And he'll lead the cloud break apparatus in the beam in the sky with a fun.
Yeah!
Is that including your +1 from everything?
That is including the +1, yes.
Cool. Fantastic. So the cloud break bursts open. For this round, it will it is active as your thing. But then it will power down and won't be able to be used again for like a few hours. As a incredible burst of light just drenches the battlefield. We see this like shot of the interior of Valdric Errol's house as like the thick curtains kind of glow slightly from the light outside, and the vampiric host of soldiers shrink and duck beneath tree cover or just burrow into the sand to get away from this terrible, terrible beauty. So grossly incandescent. And that deals full damage, hitting them again with another 3. Boom. They're almost at half of their efficacy.
Yeah.
And actually, they just hit they're now at 60%, which means they lose 1 more point of aggression.
And then he leads over to Sad Jack and says, "This is why we have the banner. That's why."
I mean, I understand the meaning of the banner. I'm just saying we could have like one banner that says all of the things.
No, it's a united force. We need to represent the various corners of Tarandaur.
Sounds fake, but okay.
Sounds complicated.
That's not very anarchist of you.
Look, some
yeah.
people join anarchist organizations because they really just want to fuck shit up rather than,
Mhm. All right. Well, that is another successful round of battle. You are gaining ground. They are losing it. They are now it now looks like you are about. They are now about the same size as you in terms of troops.
Okay.
All right.
Sonic, keep rallying.
Please protect our troops.
Continue to make them feel good.
Yeah.
Steal
You
their
look really
hearts
cool.
and
The sunlight's glinting off your armor. It's
your
great.
white hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that,
Green behind
and
you.
it's now like lighting up the spot where she is, and because of the life flowing out of her, it's just a field of like flowers under the sky.
This is
and
what
she's
we
on
could
the
have.
horse.
We really are
it.
anime.
Yeah, she shouts, "See how they flee before the sun! Nothing can stop you! For the crusade! For no shepherd but the flock! For the unshrouded sun!" And she points to the sky, and
Yeah, and it's like, beating down on your back as you charge across this field, up these hills, down these streets. Give it a roll. It's a success. It's gonna insulate us from. We're gonna give resistance 1 degree lighter to any damage you take this round. Fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, people are feeling
Feeling it.
it.
Sunshine Day.
Really feeling it.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Which 2 people are going to read the battlefield and who's going to lead the charge?
I'm a reader,
I'll-
not a leader.
All right, Matt.
Oh no! Oh god! Okay, Rock.
One thing. We're throwing up. Right. The lag's going to make this
All right.
impossible. Which do you want to do?
Yeah, the lag's gonna make this real bad. So, I mean, you're better at.
I'm better at leading than reading.
Yeah. So, Apricus and I will read again.
Yeah. Now that I've seen the effects of sunlight on vampires again in massive formation,
Oh! Now
Let's see some
more.
That's another +2.
I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. 26.
That's a 26, taking it to a total of a +3.
Come on, roll 20. Come on, let me have a moment.
Come on, this is so baller. All right. There you
Success
go.
is a success.
It
And I'll
is.
take it.
That is
In the grand
success.
scheme of things.
That's a success. You would take light. No, you would take normal damage, but now you will take light damage. So you'll take another 2 damage.
Is it still 2 if their aggression's already been knocked down?
Yes, because it's half rounded up.
Originally.
Yes. They started with 5 aggression. You've taken them down to 3.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
As you deal another 3, and they are almost down to their next breaking point.
Sweet.
We got this. We got this team.
we sure do.
Got this. Yeah, as just charging, slamming. There is like mixed in with these vampires and these human soldiers. You are like, as you get closer, are like clockwork like soldiers, like the ones you fought outside of the Rock of Stone, and those definitely are like giving you some issues because they are much harder to like deal with.
Sure.
All right, the round refreshes.
Guess I will lead this charge. Orin, if you wanted to.
I'll do
All right.
some
I'll pull out my clockwork pixies and my sparking sword and go at it.
Nice.
And I think what this tending the wind is, rather than like falling back, this time it's Orin moving amongst people and literally just like battle medicining. And it's like
Oh, yeah.
sewing people up, literally like resetting a dislocated arm as they walk past somebody, like full on like triage in action.
Hell yeah.
27.
27's a success. You're back up to full.
I really wish I could make a joke about Sun Tzu's Art of War, but anyway.
Another success. That's a +1.
Just reading from
Kasana.
the Book of Strategy.
Yeah. So Kasana, I think when we're wounded and the sunlight is faded and we're like charging forward, her horse is knocked down, and she has to like get off it, and I think she's like facing the whole. She's facing the army, and of the vampire army of Aldrich Errol, and shouts, "Now is your time of reckoning! Flee now or die!" And
All right.
she's gonna try intimidation, which is a worse. She's not as good at, but I think it's a good, interesting narrative. So
Dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Boom. That's a success. All right.
All right. So yeah, Elżbieta will pull out her sparking short sword and call up her little clockwork pixies, and just go for it. Yay! I got my +1 added on already. So no, let's use one of those hero points. I can do better than that. I can do better than a 3. Yeah. No, I can't.
Ooh. Still do light damage, even on a failure.
Yeah.
You still do light damage, which is 2. And that was a success on the thing, which means you're going to take light damage yourself. And as their aggression has now been knocked down again, that is only 1 damage to the people of Rule. Now, you've taken them down. They are now at under 40% rally points. We're going to introduce a new kind of wrinkle just after every turn.
No.
They're going to roll against breaking. It's a flat check. The DC is their current rally. If they succeed, they break, and if they fail, they keep going. Which makes it the lower it gets, the easier it is for them to break. So I guess it's you succeeding rather than them succeeding. So in that case, would you like to roll, one of you, a D20?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
14.
That's a 14, which is a success against their current rally of 9.
Yeah, baby.
The forces of Aldrich Errol, the clockwork soldiers have wound down and been broken. The human soldiers, now seeing the tenor of and quality of their men-at-arms, realize what they have signed up for. The domination that keeps them docile and loyal breaks, and those remaining vampires just streak off into the woods, terrified of the sun. They will be a problem in the future, but they are not a problem for you today.
Ah!
As you
Yeah. Look at that.
march onto the estate of
Good team.
Aldrich Errol.
Nice.
And we move to the final map that we'll be using. And I realize that I need to make it taller.
No, it could be small. It's a small house.
The small house. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Don't worry about
It's
it.
a small house.
Small house for a small man.
Yeah. So, yeah, the forces of rule set to work routing their enemies. As the four of you move up. All this stuff is on. Let me put you on the map. And you see the keep, the manor, for the very first time.
Ooh. Spoopy.
See a dude.
Curses dramatic lighting.
Yes, so you can't. So the manor, it stands, it broods,
Fog of war.
looking over the the parish that it rules, and standing there, waiting since the battle begun, keeping any from getting too close, are two enormous flail-wielding soldiers, each easily 6.5 to 7 feet tall, with giant war flails and tower shields, just waiting for somebody to get close enough that they can crush. Within their helmets burn glowing coal eyes, and their mouths are filled with wicked, sharp fangs. And they see you coming and grin.
You don't like this.
Guess we gotta roll some initiative.
Oh,
Let's roll initiative.
No.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh,
Oof.
you know,
I'd rather it
not
be now.
much better.
Wow, y'all fucking. I can't really stealth my
what?
way out of this one, can I? For just walking up to his front door.
No.
You could be hiding behind Oren.
I don't think you have that. You don't have that feat, unfortunately.
No, I don't.
That would be an amazing ploy, though. Just like hang on the back of Oren's shirt.
Like backpacking.
Yeah.
Like Yoda, but it's Elżbieta.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's try out all those cool new vampire fighting powers you have. As the vampiric honor guard stand ready, it is Kasana's turn.
All right. Kasana.
A little toccata and fugue and D minor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, join the organ music in the
Very
background.
good. Yeah.
It's the one that says Vampire Castle.
That's
Toccata and fugue and D minor.
nerd.
Yeah.
Granted.
Kasana is going to step here and is going to cast disrupting weapons on Elżbieta's shotgun and Oren's scythe.
Shotgun or musket?
I use a musket.
The musket. Yes.
My boom boom stick.
I have. That is not a. Yes. It's like I've shot a musket. It's like I've shot a rifle once. That is the different.
I've used
so
a bow
you
and
both
arrow.
will deal an additional D4 of positive damage to undead, such as vampires.
Woo!
Sick.
That's-
So would this count as part of my extra dice damage to vampires that I get?
Those are weapon dice. So you deal a number of damage equal to the weapon dice, and this is not weapon dice. This is bonus dice.
Bonus dice.
So the answer to that is unfortunately no. Yeah.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, so that is Kasana's turn. It is the honor guard who happened to roll identically as they both stand in concert and both prepare a reaction to attack anybody who gets too close. Jetta, that's you.
I'm going to let me see. Let me first see something. Oops, that is not my ruler. There you are. I'm gonna advance a step. I think I'm still without their reach. Then I'm gonna shoot one of them.
Hell yes.
You're like, ha ha, you won't get past. Wait.
I don't need to get past you. I just have to stay far enough away.
Fantastic. That is a
I'm
stratagem
gonna hope it's
shot.
27 will hit. Yeah.
A 27 does hit
Okay.
as you deal 12 bludgeoning damage. Is that including your? That's all 4d6s. Yeah. So 12 bludgeoning
That's all-
damage is reduced by 5.
Okay.
Because of their resistance. Because this guy's big. These guys are big and tough. So that is 8 bludgeoning damage, and then 3 positive damage.
And then 4 because they're vampires.
And then you could put that in the macro because you're only going to be fighting vampires for the rest of this day.
Okay.
But yes, 4 because they're vampires. And that does a big chunk of damage to this guy. He goes, ow, fuck.
No. Then I'm gonna go ahead and reload and shoot him again.
You stepped though.
What? Oh yes. Then I'll just reload. I forgot about that.
Fantastic.
Forgot it.
Apricus, that is you.
Let me just take a quick check to see how far away 30 feet is. Okay. And make sure that, yep, that's the distance I'm operating in. All right. So time to step forth even further so I can get them both within range. Drawing out the electric arc.
Nice.
Fantastic. We're going to get 2 reflex saves. Boom. Success.
Ow.
Failure.
So
So the first
Rightly
guy
little lad.
takes 5. The second takes the full 11. That's the guy who got shot takes the full 11. He's looking bad. He's looking almost bloody.
don't stand too close together, gentlemen.
We're supposed to guard the door. Oren, that is you.
All right. I will. Fuck. Sorry. Action economy just caught up with my idea. I was like, no. And I'm like, we're quite right. I will move up 30 feet.
Cool.
20, 25, 30. And I will ready an attack for when one of them comes up.
Oh, just
That's-
wait till you get over here. Wait.
They're just gonna like, no you.
It's a chicken. Kasana, that is you.
Sana moves to here. And says, "You picked the wrong group to try and wait for." And she's going to cast Disrupt Undead on the same one everyone's attacking.
Jesus. Okay, this guy's gonna make a fort save.
Oh, bad day for him.
Wow. Bad day for him. That's a -1. That's a critical failure, which is a 38.
38.
They are also enfeebled 1 for 1 round.
If he
It
lives.
doesn't matter. Kasana, with a cantrip, you just walk up and blast this dude to pieces.
That was so incredibly sexy of you, Kasana.
Very cool and sexy.
Just
That's my mom.
falls down. Not fully dead because he's a vampire. He cannot be completely killed. But until he gets back into a coffin, he is done. Jesus. It is the honor guard's turn. The other guy has barely been hit. Regains 5 hit points because it's fast healing. He says, "Hey, you're supposed to get some back too." Oh shit. And he is going to
Analysis paralysis in real time.
Yeah, he is going to actually run over here, outside of the reach of Orin, and he is going to slam his warflail into a precus.
The weakness in
Oh
our
my God,
formation.
Apricus,
It's been
no.
found.
Oh no!
21.
I think that just meets it. Yeah.
No,
No,
that
actually, it
misses.
doesn't. I have 22.
He swings and misses. And goes, wait! Swings again and misses. These guys are not supposed to be weak. But that is his.
so light.
That is his turn. Elżbieta, that is you.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna shoot him I'm gonna shoot him in the face now. His turn. Metaphorically in the face.
A precus ducks as your musket thunders overhead. Fortunately, a 27 is not
man.
going to hit.
No, that was a 17, which no, I definitely.
No, 17 is not going to hit.
It's like, hold on, at
Man, that
27.
dice
damn.
damage would have been so nice, though.
Yeah, I mean, you spend a hero point.
Yeah, I think I might. I think I'm gonna.
Yeah. Also, everyone got
There
one for surviving and doing such a good job in the battle.
All right. Well,
Yay.
I'll grab that back after a moment. Would I still be able to use the stratagem for that? Or
Yeah,
would
you'd just
I
be
roll-
re-rolling
okay.
the attack roll.
Hell yeah!
Whoa.
Yeah, don't forget that.
The plus 1d4
Yeah.
positive.
That's not even taking into account that it is a fatal D10.
Yeah, make sure you hit the roll critical damage button.
I don't think I set it up to.
Okay, so here's what's. Okay.
Sorry, Zach.
No, it's good. I'm happy about it.
Oh.
If you win the game too fast, that just means we're done early.
Fair.
Okay.
Then we
What
can
is
have like
the-
a whole hour of just writing fan fiction with our characters on screen.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Elżbieta, what is the fatal die for your gun?
D10.
D10.
Yes.
So here's what you're going to roll now. So I'm actually going to keep that 6 and 2 that you rolled originally for strategic strike.
Okay.
That's going to be the same. I just saw the chat. I guess that is my catchphrase. I am happy. I'm happy when you kill my guys too fast. It just seems to be cool. Thank you, Emily. So you're going to roll 2d10 plus 8
Yeah.
plus 4, because that's the damage that you deal with Vampire Hunter, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Plus 1d4. And you're going to put all that in parentheses.
Oh. Okay. Right. Okay. Plus 8. Plus 4. Plus 1d4. Parentheses.
Then asterisk 2
Yeah.
plus 1d10.
All right. We
And
ready for
you-
this?
And you put all that in the chat with /R in front of it. And then you hit enter. And we see if this guy even lives. This guy,
4 points of damage.
This is why fatal weapons are great.
this is why fatal weapons are great. So you
Audibly gasp at their damage every single time.
you whip your musket around, freshly reloaded, bullets still smoking from the last shot. You yell at Apricus to duck, and he does so, and the honor guard just looks at you like, what? And you boom, let
You
out
really do
this
just shoot him in the face.
thundering blast straight in the face. The helmet splits in two. You see a horned hath go spinning off into the distance. As this guy takes a full 54 damage. And then stays standing with 1 hit point.
Oh, wait, okay. So the 1d4 from Kasana's, is that because it's against undead? Does he get anything else?
No, it already is just.
Can we just smack him? Somebody smack him.
Hey, you have some turns left. We'll see how it.
Oh,
how
I
it goes.
do. I
He's
forgot.
gonna get killed.
I was
You
so
back.
caught up in the drama of this all. I reload and I fire again.
Fantastic. Roll with your dex with your second attack.
No.
This guy's face is not a face anymore,
Oh.
except for the teeth.
He's just like wavering and the bullet just goes right past us.
Yeah, he is wavering, slavering, slobbering, fucked up in evil hours. Abricus, that's you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a quick step back here.
Oh wait, no, that's a step.
Aha!
You do a 5-foot step
Yeah.
out of his reach.
Yeah, and then he'll point a single finger out, and with significantly less drama, just
Cool. So yeah, this guy has to make a critical success if he wants to not die.
Just gotta through. Oh,
That's
that's
the
that's the
opposite.
opposite.
The opposite of that.
So you go back and you just, and just a little spark hits him and goes.
Like the equivalent of running up to someone and just like flicking them right in the forehead.
And he takes 24 damage with 1 hit point left, and falls a smoking husk.
Free action to give Apricus a high five.
yeah, we're in range.
No
Yeah,
action
baby.
completed. That's the combat.
Do we have like wooden stakes on us?
Yeah.
Almost certainly. Like I'm sure a big part of the prep for this whole thing was getting those made like a lot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Kasana moves forward and stakes the one near the door.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you have
Let's,
to like
get that.
carve open their pauldrons like can openers to get a stake in there.
Well, that was cool.
Yeah,
yes.
and
As the sound of an orc
disrupting
plays
weapons.
I would say that's pretty cash money of us,
Yeah.
but that's capitalism.
Yeah, disrupting weapons is also now over.
Okay.
It's 1 combat worth of disrupting
Nice.
per spell.
Fine. It's beautiful. Perfect. Thank you.
Still
Man,
not-
if only I had rolled a 2 on that d4 instead.
just one more.
Sometimes
No, I don't know. It was really cool to tag team it with Apricus like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Big, like, just the set him up and knock him down energy. I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
Okay.
spent 1 spell slot. But yeah, these guys get staked. You'll leave them for the forces to get cleaned up later.
We have our cleanup crew following behind us at a distant pace.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
He'll,
manor
brush himself.
kind of rises before you.
So inside
Hello?
here, we need to be ready.
Yes.
I'm not particularly good at speeches, so shall we just storm the manor?
Well, do we want to? I would much rather prefer to move through this quietly, as opposed to. I mean, we've already announced our presence. I'm aware, but if
hard to miss
I
the invading army.
That too. I would say I might follow behind you guys a bit, just more in the shadows, or if you would prefer, I could scout ahead a little bit. But I prefer to keep to the shadows and then hopefully give us a slight advantage.
That makes sense.
I have 2 questions. The first, are you prepared for what we will see in the manor? This is, from every description, this is going to be difficult.
I am extremely prepared.
Good. My other question is, do we think we can get to Aldrich Errol in 10 minutes or less?
I could speed run the manor.
Time for some backwards
No.
long jumps, baby. Let's do this.
Why do you ask?
I honestly don't know what the size of the manor is, if he's going to be waiting for us, if he has traps set up for us. I would hinge on no.
I believe in you, and I think, and let's all do our best. And she raises her hand begins to glow, and she grabs Elsbetia's shoulder gently, squeezes it, and casts heroism on you.
Ooh.
For the next 10 minutes, you gain a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, perception checks, saving throws, and skill checks.
Fabulous. Okay. Oh, I have not been writing down any notes. I've been so caught up in this. That's okay.
I mean, nobody has to do a
Insane.
nobody has to do a recap in 2 weeks' time. So
I'm just leaning in and enjoying the experience.
Yeah. I just wrote the date across the top and I wrote session 7 and that's it.
The
So, yeah, there's your heroism.
Thanks. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just,
Well, then I suppose perhaps then I could go in front and if there's any traps, I'll pick them out a little bit easier.
let's go.
All right. I'll follow in the middle of the group so that if anyone is attacked by surprise or needs immediate healing, I am there in range.
I will
Fantastic.
cover the rear because if something's going to come up on us from behind, I'd rather it be me that gets it than a Princess.
Yes, I will stand firmly within the protective bubble of my comrades.
Within the protective bubble of their big muscles
Yes.
and their love.
And also that very impressive amount of polearm.
Pull them,
Cool.
squad. Dink.
So how do you enter the manor? Just through the front door?
Very carefully. Yeah, I would like to check to make sure if the front door is locked.
Okay.
Because I don't think we should knock to be like,
Yeah.
hey, we're here. So I just want to see if it's locked or if it's trapped or anything like that.
Yeah,
Make a perception check.
With
backing that up.
+1.
Backing that up, I don't know whether this could be an aid. I want to look above the door to see if there's any fucking arrow windows or anything that's going to get hot oil poured out of it or anything like that.
Classic.
So there's better can
Medieval.
focus on the door. It's
Sure,
a
yeah,
vampire. He knows the old tricks.
Give me a perception check.
Sweet.
Ugh.
Ah!
Point.
You don't see nothing.
I was gonna hero point it.
It's
Fine.
You don't hear a point, that's a minus.
Yeah. 21.
Yeah, you don't see nothing.
Yeah, well, it's not a
but also
fucking
this time
somebody.
with reassuring.
Yeah.
All right. So then is that a +2? Technically? I'm gonna have fun.
Sure.
Yeah, +1 from 2 different sources. They do stack because they're different.
Mhm.
Yes.
One is a status and one is a circumstance.
24.
24. The door is not locked.
Okay.
It's not trapped.
Beautiful. I will ease it open and slip inside.
Yeah, the door swings open on well-oiled hinges. It makes almost no sound as you step into the foyer. The images of various arrows lining the walls. You see Dragomir, Gavril, Dragor, various members of the family who hold other positions outside of rule. And of course, Octavian at the top, looking down with his studious eyes and severe demeanor.
Can I just knock one of them over? Are they like busts on a pedestal? Can I just
They are busts on pedestals, yeah.
I'd like to just knock one over.
I thought we weren't announcing our presence.
Cool.
I think after my giant gunshot and our battle, that I'm allowed to knock over a bust off a pedestal.
Oh, very well.
Are you gonna knock over the bust that looks the most like you?
Do any of them look more like me than another? I don't know.
I don't know, you always looked a lot like your mother.
Yeah.
Hair aside, you could try to like look at these and see if you can spot the family resemblance carved in stone.
No, I'd rather just knock one over.
Cool.
Mr. Head of the family up at the top is gonna get it.
Nice.
Wait, is that Octavian you're knocking over?
Yes.
All right.
Cool. You throw Octavian Errol's bust to the ground, and it shatters. And I need you to make a reflex save. A will save, absolutely.
Oh, we'll say. I mean, they're the same for me. +1 though. Hold on. Let me add that bonus in. Thanks for that, Kasana.
Yeah.
Also, more like Noctavian. Anyway.
Corey!
So let's let that one in.
I got a 26.
26 is not bad. That you're gonna have this. As you slam the bust on the ground, it kind of shatters, but his eyes still look up at you and flash. And you hear the heads around you whisper, "Traitor!" And you are going to take some mental damage.
Okay. Does anyone else hear that, or is it just me?
Just you.
Okay. Give him the middle finger. How much mental damage do I take?
You're going to take
Jesus
22.
Christ. I'm gonna take a.
Wow.
Jesus, and that's halved.
That's yeah, 22.
That was almost max.
That was
Halved.
almost back. As just like your head throbs with the disappointment of your family.
Jesus.
Before
This shit,
this week, you didn't even know where your family.
Yeah. Yeah, so you definitely see her like stumble back and like clutch her head, and she's just kind of like, all right, no.
I
Fuck
got
all
you.
of you.
That's some funky iconoclasm right there. Nice.
Maybe don't
You
break
think-
another one.
Well, I didn't think that was going to happen.
A fair assumption, but maybe still.
Do you think that Octavian still lives?
I honestly,
Or remains in undeath in charge of Tarandaur? She has this distant look in her eyes. She thinks about her work in the capital of Coronant.
yes, if he does, the question is for how much longer?
For how long do you figure he's been behind the scenes? I wonder. I mean, we do have an actual number for that, but... I'm going to take
Shall
a
we
second.
move on?
Yeah, I will, before
Oh.
we get moving too far, just take a second and do a quick ping of detect magic to make sure that we're not going to trip anything else.
Yeah, I mean, there's magic all over this place. But you do hear in the northwest quarter of the mansion the sound of that organ. And
Is that motherfucker up there playing an organ?
I'm gonna.
Really? Fuck you.
What's the strongest effect? The School
what's
of
the
Magic.
Strongest effect of it.
the strongest one within that was the necromancy that was within these busts. But other than that, you get it's too far away, but in the direction you get the vibes of enchantment
Ooh,
coming from where you hear the organ.
hate that. All right.
before we go anywhere, I'm going to take my last. I've got a lesser elixir of life still, rather than spend the time doing treat wounds or use a spell slot, and just hand that to Eliasberta to drink.
Oh,
Ooh.
that is a very important question. Did
Yes.
Apricus make
That
us those?
actually reminds me. So, as part of the level that I gained, I did happen to take Expert Alchemy. So I do currently have an Advanced Alchemy level of 3, which would mean that I have 6 Lesser Elixirs of Life in hand.
Cool.
Okay.
How do we want to split those? I'll take it I have at least one on me.
I would definitely divvy out at least one to the rest of the party. Since Elizbieta is heading forward and Kasana is forward from me, they will receive an additional. And I'll keep one for
So you
myself
guys
and one
also-
for Lauren.
I don't think Elżbieta even realizes the full extent of what her trinket can do at the moment. I say trinket, it's more than a fancy little trinket. But so that will just kind of be a surprise tool to help us later, but
Yeah.
more potions will be great.
Yeah.
And so I've now, even though I've given one away, so I've got one still, just to clarify.
Yes, you and I both have one. Elizbieta and Kasana would both have 2. And
Understood.
in addition, just because it rates mention and I haven't ever used them, I do have 4 bottles of bottled lightning still in reserve.
Oh, yeah.
on the back
Sweet.
that I haven't
Nice.
used yet. So
Hell yeah.
What are the lesser elixirs?
They're 3d6 plus
The-
6.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, thank you.
Plus 5?
plus 6.
Uh,
I think it's
Plus
just
6,
a-
I mistyped.
Oh, I see.
just an
3d6 plus
error.
6.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Well, Elżbieta, you are leading us. Which door?
Well, do we want to head directly towards the spooky atmospheric organ, or do we want to take a more thorough detour around the mansion?
The matter of what's in the basement does interest me, but I feel as if we should leave that until we've somewhat secured the premises.
Cut off the head. First.
Yes, it would be safer, I think, to be able to explore then at our leisure when we're not worried about what can come and get us at any moment.
Precisely.
Okay. Then we'll head off towards this door, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
That I will say that's the
Perception
opposite
checking.
direction from the.
that's definitely northwest is in the other direction. I know my cardinal points on a map.
Yeah, that's a sitting room over there.
That was me just thinking west was that way.
The west. I get
That's
it.
on me.
Incredible. Yeah, so you open this door.
Yes. I am
Right.
going to be like perception checking
Mhm.
everything. And I'm not going to knock any more busts off of pedestals. I had my petty moment.
Mm-hmm.
Just to clarify, Zach, the little blue blobs just are light sources, so we can
Those are
actually
just
see.
little wisps of light.
I'm just going to...
Yeah, as you open it up onto a large.
Nice.
Yeah, you open it up into a large one. There's no magic at work here. The dining table has not been used, maybe ever. And the sound of the
and
organ is
then
coming.
I was just, God fucking, you know what I realized I should have done would have been my feat about recognizing fun, wacky things when I step into a new room before I knocked that bust off of the pedestal.
That thing that you've had
I
since the
for
start,
sure.
I think, right?
Yeah.
That's
The
odd.
very first-
You know?
It's almost like your mind's preoccupied with other things.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, so that's the thing the thing that's out. I actually just told you is that this dining room table has never been used,
Yeah.
and you hear the sound of the organ coming from this door.
I love this neat and orderly line we're in with Elizbieta as the line leader. It's very good.
Okay, I am gonna want to at least be a little bit ahead of you guys.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Kasana's like, no, you cannot. Yeah, all
Sounding
right.
muted.
Sana, you're muted.
You're muted,
You're
Bitmap.
muted, my friend.
I'm so sorry. Some people just got home.
It's fair.
But yeah, we should move in to a square. I see the store can hold it, and I want to be within reach of everyone.
Okay, well, I'll move right here.
Well, that's not exactly a square, but I suppose it will do.
It works.
It's a parallelogram.
We're a rhombus. All right. Gonna double check the door, make sure nothing's trapped. Just
No,
really
there's nothing trapped. It almost feels welcoming.
Oh,
define feels welcoming.
hate that.
It's just waiting for you to open.
Oh, and then there's this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, I think yeah.
you're
I
not
think
supposed
he
to be able to
opens
move
the door
through
and
there.
then stops.
There, his hands on tickling the ivories is
Hell,
Aldrich
get him
Arrow.
off of that stupid thing.
The door, the door opens, and he just calls over his shoulder. Says, "You know, people think they call me the Maestro of Rule because
Oh my god.
of my masterful control over clockworks, technology, even people dancing to my beat like a marionette. But I went to the music school as a boy, and I am more than capable of jamming out a tune."
I do not want to hear the words jamming out of a tune coming from your mouth again. Like, what are you like? Hey, hip kids, what's shaking? No.
I'm just saying that people have more going
No.
on in their lives than the thing that you might think originally.
That doesn't make us like you anymore, but all right.
Yes, while others were learning to socialize, you are mastering the organ.
Now, you know what would make me like all of this more, right?
Tell me, Mr. Luminary, as he like smacks a button on the organ and it keeps playing.
Hey, is it fine if I just do a little bit of frickin' widen spell fireball? Look, right now, like literally right now?
We
How about
roll
we-
initiative.
Roll initiative. Yeah, as he twirls around and puts his hands out and he says, "Welcome home, Betty.
Oh my
The rest of you need to leave."
That's not even the diminutive of my name.
And as you prepare to get into it, we will take our break.
No, I'm rolling that
Oh.
again.
Well,
I'm rolling that
everyone's rolled
again.
initiative
Oh.
Wait,
just before that.
can't I?
Yeah, let's roll
I'm
initiative.
yes, because everyone else started, but also I rolled a 1 and I don't want that.
Fair.
I mean, I am flabbergasted, but
And Speckledorf.
that's better.
Did you have
All
a thing, Bitmap?
Yeah, my question is, does my harsh burn count as a bon mot in the diplomacy?
Please, that was so
That
good.
was my choice.
Okay, I'll roll.
So Aldrich Errol rolls. He rolls a 30, which means that Aldrich Errol will also go on 15. As this is the second of my new mechanics for today's event.
Oh.
Say hello to
No.
the first creature with the boss traits.